everyone, I'm Molly from Current News. I'm here with Phil Kershaw from EO Charging, which won Fleet Electrification Strategy of the Year for under 100 vehicles at the EVIEs 2024. Phil, do you want to introduce yourself and EO Charging?
Thank you. So Phil Kershaw, I head up the bus team for the UK and Ireland, so responsible for the whole market, leading operators and transport authorities in their decarbonisation journeys and electrification of their fleets.
And why do you think that EO was nominated for the award?
So we've been working with Go Ahead now for a number of years on their electrification strategy and decarbonising the fleet in London, and I think what we did with them in Croydon was quite unique. It was really the first application of energy management, load management on a grid timed connection. So it's quite a unique project. So it wasn't just let's stick some vehicles on the road and big thumbs up. It was right, we're going to stick all these vehicles on the road, but we've got a challenge here. The grid is actually constrained. They wanted to double the number of vehicles, couldn't actually get the grid capacity in order to do that. We developed a product or an energy management solution, which then allowed them to electrify, essentially double the number of vehicles that they would have had. So we went from, I think, there was a 1.5 MVA connection to electrify what they wanted to do. The peak demand would have been about 3.5 MVA. Our technology and our hub allowed them to actually achieve double the vehicles on that current existing connection. So from a pioneering new piece of tech, it was really a good example of how how partnering with somebody like Go Ahead and ourselves, bringing our technology to the front, could actually help them increase the fleet without actually increasing their grid connection and spending millions of pounds on a connection that was a few miles away and quite considerable investment.
So a challenge in the process will have been that grid constraint. Were there any other milestones that come to mind?
The development of the technology is really the key element in this. So we have there's some unique bits within our kit, which mean that regardless of whether you've got connectivity or not, it continues to manage the site. So one of the biggest things is if you think about load management and CPO CMS systems, a lot of them need a back office to talk to in order to operate. The solution that we developed actually continues to do that even if you lose that connectivity. So what that meant for Go Ahead was, and also for the DNO, and it's approved by a number of DNOs, and it's going through state approval with other ones, is that actually we can put this bit of kit on and they can be confident that a connection or a fleet of chargers and vehicles is not going to go over the peak. So essentially it's certified by them in order for them to continue to deliver and work on a timed connection. So it was that getting that bit approved by the DNO was a huge milestone, but I don't think anybody has actually done that previously.
Wow, impressive. And this winning this award, and I believe you've won another one previously too, what has that meant for EO Charging?
So a couple of years ago we won, I think it was Domestic Product of the Year with our Mini Pro 3 when it was first launched. So I think that was great at the time for the business. We were we were very much trying to lead in the hardware space, and being recognised for our home product was brilliant. And then as a business, we've now pivoted towards the commercial space. So it's kind of like a few years ago we were recognised for what we were doing then, which was very much the home product, driving electrification in the public space. And now we're now focused on the commercial side of things, fleets, buses, logistics, that type of thing. And this kind of award kind of shows that we've pivoted around it, but we're still delivering market leading tech.
Excellent. Do you have any advice for other companies that might be hoping to win this year?
What I would say is don't just think about the big projects like, wow, we've done 100 vehicles, 1,000 vehicles, whatever the number is. Think about the cool little bits of innovation that you've done along the way, which help you do it. I think bringing those bits to the fore actually adds a little bit more to the award. So it's great you put 100 vehicles on the road. Where we are in the market, anyone can do that, but the things with our energy management, where we've managed a grid connection, a limit, that's a cool bit of tech that should be shouted about within what is a wider project. So just think about the cool little bits that you don't think are significant, but they actually could be when it comes to recognition and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, the I in EVs stands for innovation. So
think about it. That's exactly it.
Great. Thanks so much for speaking with me, Phil. And thank you for watching.